Hello. So we've been reading Wish by Barbara O'Connor, and Charlie is struggling with the way things are going for her right now. We're on chapter 23. So I'm going to read chapter 23 to you today. We're getting close to the end of the book. When we get to the end, when we finish this book, I will find another book to read. Maybe not one that's quite so long. Maybe one a little shorter, but we'll see. This has been a good book. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making these videos for you, and I thank you for those of you that have watched the videos and read the chapters with us. I really appreciate you guys doing that. So, chapter 23. So Jackie's still in Colby, and let's see what happens with Charlie now. On Jackie's last day in Colby, she and Bertha sat together at the sewing machine in my room and talked about boys and clothes and movie stars while they worked on a zipper. I took Wishbone out in the yard and pulled weeds from between the marigolds beside the garden shed while he slept in the sun. I hated thinking about Jackie getting on that bus to Raleigh, going back to her happy life, painting her fingernails with Carol Lee, dating Scooter, the paintball champion, maybe even going to beauty school. Each yank of a weed was like a jab in my heart as I thought about her leaving me behind. By the time Jackie and Bertha finished that zipper, there wasn't a single weed left in that yard, and my heart ached so bad I wanted to cry. Later that day, me and Jackie and Wishbone went down to the Odoms so Jackie could say goodbye. The boys sat on the porch steps looking like they were going to a funeral. "Y'all better come visit me in Raleigh," Jackie said. She threw her arms out wide. "Everybody. We'll have the best time ever." They nodded solemnly, and Cotton swiped at tears. "If I'm still working at the old Waffle House, y'all come by and I'll throw in a couple of chocolate chip waffles for free." Cotton perked up. "Chocolate chip waffles?" Jackie nodded. "Yep, and I'll make sure they put extra chips in yours, okay?" He grinned. "I bet Charlie's going to miss you," Howard said. Jackie put her arm around my shoulder. "Well, I'm going to miss her too, but she can come visit." "Visit?" I said. "I'll be going back there to live." I rubbed my hand down Wishbone's back. "You know, when Mama gets her feet on the ground," I added. Jackie looked down at her lap. Wishbone's tail swished back and forth in the dry red dirt. "Well then," Jackie said, "I reckon it's time for me to get my hugs in." She held her arms out. Each of those boys gave her a quick, awkward hug. Then Miss Odom ran out of the house and said, "It was just a joy and a blessing to have you here in Colby, Jackie." Then she and Jackie hugged, and we headed back home. That night, Bertha made a special dinner of meatloaf and lima beans, fried green tomatoes, and sweet potato pie. Wishbone laid beside my chair, waiting for somebody to toss him a piece of meatloaf every now and then. I have to admit that we'd spoiled him rotten and turned him into a world-class beggar. Ugh, my dog's a world-class beggar. I bet you guys have a few of those too. After we sat out on the porch for a while, me and Jackie went back to my room. I brushed Wishbone while Jackie packed, stuffing her shorts and things into her duffel bag and telling me again how lucky I was to have such a nice place to live. I watched her gather her nail polish and toss it into the duffel bag, and I started to feel more pitiful by the minute. "What's going to happen to me?" I wanted to ask her, but I didn't. After we turned the lights out, I stared up at the ceiling, watching the shadows of the dogwood tree dance in the moonlight. Then I took a deep breath and said, "Can I go back to Raleigh with you?" The silence that followed nearly swallowed me up. I could feel my heartbeat in my chest and Wishbone's warm breath against my cheek. Then Jackie got out of bed and sat beside my sleeping bag. "Nothing's going to change, Charlie," she said. "I used to think it would, but now I don't. Scrappy's going to keep being Scrappy, and Mama's going to keep being Mama, and you and I are on our own. No magic wand is going to fix things." I didn't want to believe that, so I pushed those words away so I wouldn't have to think about them. Then I said, "Do you know Mama left us when we were little? Just ran off with a garbage bag full of clothes to start a new life." Jackie heaved a big sigh. "Yes, I did know that." "How'd you know?" "When you're 7 years old and your mama waltzes out the door without so much as a goodbye, well, that's something you don't forget." "How come you never told me?" I said. She put her hand on my back and rubbed in little circles. "'Cause I didn't want you to hate Mama," she said. "Do you hate Mama?" "Nah," she pushed my hair behind my ear. "I don't like her very much, but I don't hate her." "But why can't I live with you?" I asked so quiet it was almost a whisper. Jackie hugged her knees. "Charlie, I can't live with Carol Lee forever. I'm saving my money, and me and Wileen Jarvis are getting an apartment together. I can't take care of you like Gus and Bertha can," she said. "Shoot, I can barely take care of myself." We sat in silence for a minute. Then Jackie said, You got a good life here, Charlie. You got Gus and Bertha loving you and treating you like a princess. You got all those Odoms thanking the good Lord for you. Then there's Howard, the nicest friend you could ever want. You got those beautiful mountains and a garden and a porch to sit on that's like sitting on the side of heaven. Wishbone kicked his legs and let out a little woof like he was having a doggy dream. Jackie rubbed his stomach, and a dog that loves you like nobody's business. I looked at Wishbone and thought about Bertha saying how dogs love you no matter what, and my heart nearly burst. Don't hate me, Charlie, Jackie said. Hate her? I loved everything about her. I loved the old Jackie and the new Jackie. Why couldn't I tell her that? I guess I hadn't much practice saying, I love you. So I just sat there in the darkness with Wishbone twitching in his sleep beside me and said, I do like those blue streaks in your hair. So there's chapter 23. Jackie's leaving. Charlie's really sad that Jackie's leaving. But they had a good heart-to-heart, and I think that was really good for them. So we will see what happens, chapter 24 tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're all doing well. Get outside and get some of that energy out. Go for a walk. Go see if you can find any frog eggs, because I found some here the other day, and they're getting bigger, and I can't wait to watch them hatch. It's pretty neat. But miss you all. Bye.